clients or helped you be profitable? What is the meat?
I would say the main one would be the top-down analysis.
Mm,
It's for the people that don't trade. It's basically you're looking at, the bigger picture. You're starting with the higher time frames, the monthly, the weekly, daily, 4 hour, to see what's really going on versus only looking at the small picture, the 1 5 minute, 15 minute too as well. And because when I wasn't doing that, I would get faked out of trades. I'd be like, okay, yeah, we're going up, and we'll be going down. And I'm like, man, what happened? And then we'll talk about it. We'll go
yeah.
and do a trade recap. We'll start at the big picture, and then we'll see what really went down or what was really happening. So I'm like, I got to start looking at the big picture all the time first before I trade on the smaller time frames. So I think that was the biggest one for me, the biggest strap,
Mm,
that top-down analysis.
mm. That
And
was a big one for me too.
also,
Because, yeah, go ahead.
also paying attention to price action.
Mm,
There will be times where, in the beginning, I'll get in trades where the price action wasn't too good,
mm,
up and down or kind of sideways. And, when I started paying attention to where we had really good price action, the market's going up or, it's going down nicely, I'm like, those are the type of trades I need to wait for, or those are ones
mm.
for, when the price action is good.
So pretty much you were becoming you're creating your, you could say, your edge as well, as far as like, okay, if today this is what choppy looks like, right? Sideways action looks like. So I don't like this. So when a day that looks like this, I'm just not going to trade, or do you still trade with the lower position size, or what do you do?
For the most part, I won't trade unless I see an opportunity to get a quick in and out scalp. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm picky with it.
Okay.
Uh, you know,
All
yeah.
right.
We got 5 days a week to trade. I trade
Right.
something tomorrow or
Would you say you trade every day?
not every day.
Like
Like
what,
yesterday, I
three times a
say
week?
at
Four,
least three minimum. There's
three?
times where I'll trade all 5 days. There's times where,
Mm.
it'll be three, maybe four.
How long? Like give me like by what time are you done?
So I trade at when the market opens at 6:30 in the morning. And sometimes I'm done in, you know, less than 5 minutes. Sometimes it might take 30 minutes, might take an hour. Because I'm not in the trade, but I'll be watching or, on the sidelines waiting, waiting for an
Mm.
opportunity to get in. And,
Yeah,
sometimes,
the other day he was ironing his son's shirt.
yeah,
He's still looking at the market. Hey guys, he's a dad, he's a husband, he's an entrepreneur. So he has stuff going on in his life too. So this is in addition that eventually he wants to take full time. Am I correct?
100%.
Okay. So can you walk us down your process before entering a trade?
Yeah. So I already have my charts mapped out the night before.
When you
And
say mapped out, for those that are brand new, what does that mean?
so that means I'll look at a specific ticker or stock, let's say Apple, for example. I'll be looking at the Apple chart and mapped out would be I'm looking for key areas of interest where I see that price has either been stuck in or it's touched a few times in the past, right? Because I'm looking at the big picture. So, I might go a few months out, might even go a few years out, just looking to see what information's on that chart. And, I'll go ahead and map out the areas where I see, okay, price touched here once, another time, another time, another time. Okay, this is a good area. I want to wait till price gets here and see how we react. Because a lot of times when it gets in the area, we call them supply and demand zones. When they break out of those areas, it's a strong breakout, whether it's going up or going down. So I like to take my trades off of those areas.
Mm.
I'll map it out, you know, my supply and demand zones, and I will wait at least the first 5 minutes. Sometimes I have to wait a little longer when market opens just to see, how the market's reacting. What we gonna do, are we going up, down,
Yes.
consolidating, so I'm just waiting to see. And a lot of times after the first 5 minute candle, I see an opportunity for a quick scalp, whether it's going up or down. I'll go in, um, I'll take a trade, but I'll also have my targets.
Mm.
So I don't go in a trade without having a target, right? I'm not going in the trade blind. I know exactly where I want to enter and I know exactly where I want to exit. And those targets are also key areas where prices touched multiple times. So if we're going up, I have a target here. A lot of times it goes to that target and I get out. Sometimes it might even come back down and then go back up. That time when it comes back down, that's another entry. If I miss
Mm.
the first, or if
Mm.
sometimes I might catch the first, and then I'll catch that second one as well.
Mm.
So, um, just waiting, spending a lot of time just looking and see
Mhm.
how the market is moving and, what's going on.
So I mentioned earlier that, obviously you didn't blow your account not once. So what risk management, like what does that look like for you? How are you able to not blow your account? How do you incorporate risk management?
Um, well, like I said, I'm looking at a bigger picture, right?
Mm.
The bigger
Mhm.
time frames, and I can see, what type of trend we're on, whether it's an up or down trend. And if I'm in a trade and I see that, for whatever reason, it's just not going my way, I'm not gonna let it get too far in the red where it kind of I get emotional about it.
Mm.
I'll let it get to somewhere where I'm comfortable. I'm like, okay, because even before I get in the trade, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm comfortable losing. If it doesn't go my way, I'm comfortable with this amount. So I go in with the same mentality for every trade.
Mm.
You know, the days it doesn't go my way, and we get close to that amount, go and pushing the button and closing out. So I'm not letting it, I'm not going based off hope, like, oh, let me just hold on a little longer and it might just go back up.
Yeah.
I'll wait for a reentry. Or
Right.
not, I'll just wait for another day. I'll just, take that red day and tomorrow's a new day, new opportunities.
I know. You guys hear me say this all the time. Hope is a beautiful thing out in life, but not in the market. Not in the market. Okay, so what do you think that separates successful traders from those who struggle based on the 7 month experience that you have? What do you think? What do you see? What do you think?
Discipline and risk management.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not disciplined and you don't have no rules that you follow type of thing, Yeah, you just, not also not taking it serious could be another thing.
Mm,
It's kind of hard to.
yeah, those two will do. Those two will do. Okay, so um next question is if either you have realized it yet or starting to realize it, or maybe you haven't yet, that could this be an income stream for you?
It definitely can. I think on this journey, but also the moment I realized that you can make money whether the market is going up or down. Like, oh man, hey, where do I sign up? As long as you have your strategy, your risk management, your discipline, you're taking it serious, you
Hmm.
learn about trading, and sky's the limit. I mean, there's no cap on what you can make and trading. There's what trillions, millions, billions of dollars.
Yes, and I'm huge on focusing on percentage. Uh, do you see the reason why behind that versus focusing on a dollar amount?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
You're averaging from your full portfolio right now, what percentage on average are you doing every time you trade? Not on the position side, on the your full portfolio.
Um, I say between 5 to 7%.
Yeah, because I know you sent me nine. I think I've seen your percentages going higher and higher and higher. Lately, you've been on the 9, 10% full portfolio by every time he trades, guys. Every time he trades. How much does the CD account give you a year? Or any real estate investment a year? No.
The savings account. Yeah.
Because this is what I always say. If you focus on the percentage, if you know how that you could average anywhere from 5 to 7, 10% on a day, or 20% a month, then you're gonna know how much you would need. Like if there's a specific strategy that I mean, he's only how many strategies do you stick to?
Just two,
Which are?
which is the top-down analysis and price action.
Okay.
Then I
So,
recently added gaps.
oh yeah, you did. The gap fills.
Kind of like the three I stick.
Yeah. Um, what was I saying? Oh, so then you'll know, like, for that same strategy, same edge he's using, if he knows that he can average 10% and he wants to make $1,000, he's gonna know how much he has to make, right? He has to put in to make that $1,000. It's never gonna be like, because if you focus on a certain exact dollar amount, it's like if you tell yourself, I want to make $100 a day or $200 a day, the market, based on your strategy, your risk management, what the market is doing, it's kind of hard to put a set amount. But if you focus on percentage, it's a little, it's I don't know, there's power into it. You could put $100,000. Same strategy that made you $100 is the same strategy that can make you 100,000. The only thing that changes is how much you put into that position. Great. Um, Now, would you recommend trading?
Oh yes, 100%. It's a great way to freedom.
All right, so what I'm gonna do next, guys, I'm gonna open it up for Q and A's. I want to go in order, so if you could like put your little hand up thingy emoji. Oh, there's things in the chat. Congratulations. Oh, love it. Right. Patience pays. So if you have any questions, No questions? I know somebody had questions here. Well, where are you, Yasmin? I know one of my girls had questions. Where'd she go? Is she on here?
I'm here. Can
Oh,
you hear me?
yes.
Girl, you know I have questions.
I
We're
know
just
you
talking
do.
about this.
I was like, where is she at? Go for it. Throw them
Um,
out.
I guess one of my main questions is you did mention how you map map out or you create your plan the night before. So I know you're a dad and you handle like, your dad responsibilities and all that. And I too in the mornings have to handle like my kids and taking them to school and stuff. So I guess I'm finding it hard like managing my time specifically in the morning to like map everything out and get like my game plan going so when the market opens at 6:30 I'm ready to go. So I kind of want to see like if I don't know if you already did, maybe I missed it, but if you can like walk us through like what does that morning routine look like for you as a father.
Got you. So, um, that's a good question. So at night, I make it easy on myself because I know in the mornings, I do have to get the kids ready for school, take them to school. So at night, I'm up a little late, sometimes a little past 11 o'clock, just looking at the charts, looking at different charts, and I'm looking for, the best, um, what you could say, opportunities possible, based on my supply and demand zones, and I'll have everything marked out the night before. So in the morning, I'm just going back and I'm just re-looking at the 4 hour time frame to see, okay, what's happened or what's changed since last night, and kind of see, okay, are we closer to these areas that I'm looking for, or do I need to look for other other tickers? Because I look at a lot, not too many, but I look at a lot, because there is a lot out there. So I mean, I have all of them mapped out already, so it's just a matter of just looking to see which one has the best possible setups for me, if that answers the question.
No, that does answer my question, and that actually makes perfect sense to like have kind of everything ready the night before, and then the morning of just take another look at it before the market actually opens. So thank you
Mhm.
for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jasmine. All right, next up, Mr. Neil. Do I have to? You can unmute yourself, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Hi, Mr.
Hey, thanks, Roxy. Thanks
Neil.
for putting this on. Appreciate that.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Hey, great job, man. Proud of you. Man, you went from solar door knocking to now you knocking down doors and in options. So, man, hey, listen. Hey, I know you used to put in work when you did that, so I know you was already hard work and you stuck to it. And bro, I'm so proud of you, man. And just want to ask you. So I know you said you look at the charts the night before. Do you have you found yourself um, pretty much trading maybe the same type of stocks or a company that you said those are the three ones I look at on a daily that you see that has a lot of movement, or do you kind of jump around? What's your strategy in that?
Honestly, I jump around. I try to stick to, what I know, but if I see a nice opportunity, I'm gonna go check it out and see what it looks like. And you'd be surprised what you find. You know, Before in the beginning, I would just stick to, one or two, maybe three different stocks. And that worked. But as I started to grow and understand more, I'm like, okay, let me look around and, oh, this over here looks good. This one looks good too. And yep, so little by little I started adding on more to where now I'm just looking at multiple ones, but I'm gonna pick the maybe 4 to 6 of the ones that look the best to me.
based to you based on the setups you like.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So
I
you
had to.
so you mark those up the day before, the ones you kind of see. You go ahead and mark them so that way you can just click through the screens and see what they're doing.
Yeah, because I tried it in the past when I was paper trading. I would try to, do it in the morning, but man, that time flies. At 6:30, get here quick. Market open. You're like, oh, I'm still trying to map out some, and I missed out on the play. So I'm like, okay, I just gotta stay up a little late if I have to, and you know, it's worth it. Get it done the night before. Morning comes, 6 o'clock, we up, ready for the calls. 6:30, market opens. I'm ready to go now. I'm just looking to see. I'm sitting back and just looking at the screen, seeing how the market is reacting. And once I see the first one that's like, okay, this is a go right here. I'm in.
Nice, nice. Appreciate that, man.
My pleasure.
Good job.
Thank
Yes, sir.
So in other words, you're not married to a ticker, you're married to your setups. And I love that. I
you.
love, love, love that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Neal. The beautiful Daryl Clark.
Well, I will say first, Mark, I am so proud of you. It's been a pleasure to watch and be with you. And, I feel like,
Aw.
like in elementary school, how you start out the beginning of the year. And so now, with everybody that comes on a regular, I'll just say it's been really great to be in the class with you and watch all this happen. So
Mm.
I do have the question for you. I have a couple. There might be a couple more that flows. We'll see what happens. But first,
Okay.
I want to know why options? Why do you trade options? What do you
Oh,
like
that's
about them?
that's a good one. Well, that was a tough choice. It was between options and Forex. And I say the reason I leaned more towards the options was because for one, I had more access to Roxy. I would see her in person sometimes.
That guy.
And I'm like, if I need some questions, I could also
That's
I
a
could
good
talk to
answer.
her in person, get some answers. But then I also saw that options was a little bit more, I don't know if complex would be the word. There's more to it. So I was like, if I could learn options first, I think everything else would be
Mm.
easier to learn.
Mm.
So I was like, yeah, let me start with options first for that, for that particular reason.
And so I definitely understand, having that one-on-one and having that opportunity to get a question answered, right? Why and then go a little into conversation, it helps for sure. And
Right.
that's, a thing too that I can say I do appreciate Roxy, the fact that you are patient
Mm.
and you want us to learn. And I appreciate that, so not saying, anything. I have not been there. I haven't been in everybody's class. I have been in, with Forex too. And I was trying to do both, but I did have to make a decision. And so, yeah, I get it where we just kind of gravitated to Roxy. But I will say for me, I had learned a little bit about options before we
Mm.
started trading with Bill. So I kind of wanted to continue what I had kind of already dipped into a little bit. But now my next question is, considering how we first started out and the way the market was initially, so
Mm.
how has how
Uh,
how has this current climate, what has it done for you, or what can you say about it? Has it changed you at all, and what does it make you do different, if anything?
Man,
Great
that's a
question.
very good question.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I was paper trading, the market was going good. There was no war going on. Everything
Right.
was just it was just good. I see a lot of a lot of green days. But yeah, when we had that little shift, it was like right when I started with real
Real
money, then
money.
started to switch up. I'm like, oh man. So I just had to be a little bit more patient now,
Mm,
just sometimes I'll have to, like I said, I'll wait 30 minutes, maybe an hour if I have to, sometimes even 2 hours, because I got to take the kids to school. When I come back, I'll look back on the my laptop and check out the charts to see what's going on. And, by that
Mm-hmm.
time I might see some, yeah, a nice opportunity. So I'm like, oh, okay, this might be the time. So just a lot of patience now and
Mm-hmm.
tighter risk management for sure.
mm.
And so would you say, that this climate has caused you to now look around more because before we were pretty much spy QQQ, and
Yeah, yeah, those are the
remember,
go-tos
so
there.
those were the good old days, seems like already.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Well, how we
definitely had
started
to.
out different
Yeah,
now.
yeah, we definitely had to start looking around like, okay, and we started to find some really nice opportunities looking around. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, maybe this was meant to happen so I could, go and explore what else is out there.
Roxy even found that scanner too on Thinkorswim. So
Oh,
that was
Well, I've always known that it's been there, but I just didn't know how to use it and never put the time to really learn how to use it. And now with ChatGPT, it just makes life just much easier because now I'm just like, okay, look, what's the scanner I need to set up because I want 2% up moves, 100, 10 million, whatever cap in it. So anyways, but Axel too, that
oh
YouTube
yeah.
video.
that video. Oh man, I think that
Yeah.
was another. That one there just, gave me a little boost. Like, okay, you know, let me go ahead and because he said something about, when it's taken off, you miss, I think it was at 20 or 27%.
You said 20, you missed 27% of the first move.
Yeah, that first move. And a lot of times, I do be, oh, let me wait for the retest, you know. But
Hmm.
when I seen that video, it just gave me another perspective. So I'm like,
Hmm.
ah. And I tried it once and I caught that move. I was like, whoo, that was a nice one. So yeah, that was
Well, I want to say again, congratulations to all of what you've done for not only you, but your family. I mean, learning this skill and sticking with it, I think it is great. And, I just want to tell you how proud I am of you.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're next, Daryl. You're next.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Be in this
Coming
together.
on up. I'm watching. I'm watching you.
Thank you so much, Daryl. You got me a little emotional there. All right, Dr. Felicia Smith, you're up next.
Hello, Roxy and Daryl, and congratulations for your hit here. Um, I just want to say, being a class member of you all's too, is that y'all helped me a lot too, along with Roxy. Giving me I say like the cheat side of things. Although it's not a cheat, it's just you just helping me, and we don't mind helping each other. And then Roxy, you started involving excuse me, some lessons. You taught us about the gaps
Mhm.
and things, so that was really helpful. But Mark, my question to you is, how did you get used to Think or Swim? How far are you into Think or Swim? And y'all, for who don't know, this is the trading portal we use.
Four options, yeah.
Did you
Um,
practice like after hours or what?
I spent a lot of hours on
Mhm.
Thinkorswim, and mainly because that's what Roxy was teaching, so I kind of just gravitated towards that. Because I started
Hmm.
with TradingView as well. I still have my TradingView account, but it just for me it was a lot easier using Thinkorswim, and this is what she's teaching. And yeah, I just spent a lot of hours, just messing around, looking at charts and figuring out little things here and there.
Okay. Thank you. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
But you're
Yeah.
trading on both, like you use your laptop or something and then also your phone. Are you looking at charts on one thing and then trade on your phone?
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the charts on my laptop and trade on my phone.
That made a big difference too once.
Yeah, it's easier on
Once,
the phone.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like, Forex or futures where you could trade right on the chart like that, It's so it's easier just to be on the phone because you guys, as you guys can see now, it's like you gotta be ready to press the button like Donnie Pip says, right?
Gotta be ready.
Because there's a lot of steps. It's not like futures or forex. It's just right one button. No, you gotta go to the expiration. You gotta choose your strike price. Then you gotta choose your call or puts, and then you gotta review it, and then you gotta.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
a
lot
lot
of
of steps.
steps.
It's a lot of steps. So you gotta be ready. All right, thank you. All right, the beautiful Miss Daniela Pacheco, aka Star.
Hello, hello. One, I just want to say congratulations, Mark. How does it feel from that conversation we had at the Irwindale office to now?
Oh my God, that's
Man,
right.
right there, wow.
How
Wow.
does it feel?
It feels great, feels like a big accomplishment and I feel like we still got a lot, a lot more growing to do and a lot more money to make. But it feels
So
great. It feels great.
I just had like a second, like two questions left. And one was, what are some things that you learned that you just weren't expecting
Mm,
of your journey so far from then to now,
mm,
right? And then the other is, have you had some hard days in your journey, right? Where you're just like, oh, I want to be done with this. And how did you like come back to it?
mm.
Mhm.
Great
Okay,
questions.
so for the first one, what did I learn in my journey that I wasn't expecting?
Hmm.
Um, hmm, that's a good one. That's a good one there. I'm not quite sure. Let me think on that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think what have some things that I learned. I know for sure I wasn't expecting to, you know, see 100% gains in 6 weeks with real money.
With real
I
money.
know.
That one was
Wait,
for sure.
in the hard times with this
In the
whole
hard
wars
times.
and
In the hard
bipolar
Yeah.
market
times.
we have right now.
Wow.
I think that was the
Different
biggest
tickers than when you
that
learned.
shift. I
Yeah.
think that the
Mhm.
that shift from um before real money to now because like Daryl had mentioned, we were on
Mhm.
SPY and QQQ and those are good. It was good at that time. I mean, it's still good, but at the time the market was a lot better. And right when I got in, I just wasn't expecting that change. So I think that was
Mm.
like the biggest one for me. Like, oh man, oh, this is what I know. I was making money on these. What's going on? So
Right.
yeah, being able to shift. And
Okay.
then
Mm.
what was the second question again?
The second question was, have you ever had like a hard day in your process, right? Or maybe a few where you were just wanted to like quit or like take a break, you know? And what did you do instead? Like what anchored you?
Definitely had hard days. Um, I don't think I've experienced the hard days where I want to quit,
Hmm.
but there has been some hard days, especially in it was like 3 days in a row I was red, And it was at a time I got sick too. So I was like, man, I'm sick and I'm
Oh no.
losing. Like, that was pretty hard. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
maybe I need to give it a few days. Maybe I need to get better. Maybe I'm not in the right headspace type of thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, besides that, haven't really had any
That's
hard days to where it's like
mhm.
it's getting the best of me.
Nice. So you would say that you've gotten to a point in general of, how do I say it? Not letting the emotion get to you, basically.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely want to keep the emotions controlled,
Nice.
the best I can.
Mhm.
Because I know you gotta have the right mindset, when you're trading. Mindset has to be on point. You don't want to be thrown off and it throws off your whole game and.
Mhm. All right, well, that was it for me, but big congratulations. And I told you you'd be able to do it. I had
You
no
did.
doubt. You
You
had no
did.
doubt, obviously. Roxy had no doubt, but yeah, amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you,
Amazing.
Daniela. Thank you so much. Well, any more questions? We are good. All right, so I'm gonna ask you, Mark, what would you tell someone that's watching that has never started but would like to start?
I would tell them start ASAP. Um, this is one of the best opportunities out there, whether you want to, make some extra money on the side or, if you want to replace the money that you're making and do this full time. We got people like Mr. Lex who's travel and trading. That's all he does is travel and trade. He's on his own time doing his thing, has his own schedule. I'm like, man, that's a good life to live right there. That don't sound bad at all. So, yeah, I would say jump in, give it a shot, but give it your 100%.
Mm,
Give it your 100%. Take it serious because you learn this skill, this could change your life, change your family's life. And, it's a skill that can't be taken away once you learn it. All right, you can teach your family, you can teach, friends, people around you, and help others. So definitely take it serious and give it your all.
perfect. That's all that needs to be said. Thank you so much, Mark, for being in the hot seat today. And I
Thank
want to have more hot seats going on.
Yes,
So if
yes.
you're new to this or, someone invited you to this, and you are interested in learning, get back with them and they will definitely have some great information on how to get started. And like Mark said, get started now because he was in a different place 7 months ago and look at where he's at now. And he's creating the possibilities, he's showing the possibilities of what it looks like to take this journey seriously. And like you said, whether you want cash flow, passive income, investing, whatever, you know, whatever it is, I think is a great tool, right? Money is a tool, right? And then adding a skill behind it to being able to grow your own money. I mean, it's just it's a beautiful thing, and I'm just so proud of you, Mark. I am so proud. So thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on. Hopefully, you guys got some golden nuggets, and see you guys around. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everyone. Have a good one.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Awesome interview, Roxy, and congratulations, you
Thank
guys.
you. Thank
Awesome.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.